Hello, and welcome to this week's episode.
I'm Danny.
And I'm Maxie.
And today we're going to be talking about the cultural phenomenon that is RuPaul's Drag Race.
So, who's your favourite drag queen?
Great place to start. I think my favourite drag queen, it might be a bit of a basic choice, but I really do love Katya. She's got a great sense of humour, great fashion.
What season?
Season 7 and All Stars 2. How about you?
Bob the Drag Queen.
Great
Monet
choice.
Exchange.
Yeah, both winners.
Yeah.
How about you, floor manager? Great. So,
Good choice.
So I think a great angle to take on RuPaul's Drag Race is its rise in popularity, because when the show first started on season 1, it really wasn't that popular. It wasn't in the mainstream at all. It was very much like in the local drag scenes.
Yeah.
But then it built, like, with more seasons, it built popularity, and it got to around season 6, I would say, was like the big.
When it blew up.
Yeah, that was like when it really got put on the mainstream. And I think one of the reasons for that is because of the guest judges that they had on.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, because they were smart about it, and they used the guest judges and they used star power to really like draw in the audiences. So a few of the guest judges that I can remember that were on season 6, they had people like Adam Lambert, Khloe Kardashian.
Oh yeah.
That was a big one. Neil Patrick Harris, Bob Mackie.
Nicki Minaj.
She was season 12 though.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah, still. But yeah, like by having those already established stars with their own audiences, by having them come on as like guest judges, it brings in their audiences, which help build up the fan base around Drag Race.
Like if you're a massive Kardashian fan and you know that Khloe Kardashian's going to be on tonight's episode of RuPaul's Drag Race,
Then
you're going to watch it.
You're going to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then that's like really big, and especially with Bob Mackie, he was a dress designer, so fans of like the fashion scene, things like that like really helps.
Yeah.
And it like continues on to other seasons, because like you said, Nicki Minaj, she was a guest judge on season 12. You know, they've had a lot of people on.
Yeah, and the bigger it grows, the more like more famous celebrities that you can get on.
I mean, they even had a season of Secret Celebrity Drag Race, which is a spin-off season, where instead of being guest judges, they brought in celebrities to put in drag.
Oh my god, it's
So
incredible.
I know, they even getting like celebrities, which is then I guess trickled down into like regular TV with Ant and Dec, because they were in drag. They got put in drag for their Saturday Night Takeaway, and that really there was a lot talked about on Twitter about that.
Yeah, it does gain a lot of influence, especially because in more recent years it's become a more normalised thing and not as looked down upon, because obviously RuPaul and like Michelle Visage were like really, obviously you've got to be a well-known person before you have your own drag show, and it just, I think it's becoming a more normalised thing. Like my mum was at a drag.
As well.
Yeah, my mum was at a drag show the other week. I went to a drag show for my birthday party.
Yeah, so it's becoming more normalised, because a while ago there would have been like a stigma around it, where it's like, oh, you're going to like a drag show, like it would have been almost looked down upon, like if you weren't already part of that community. But by having shows like this, it really like allows just regular people who maybe aren't even like part of the LGBT community, it allows them to just
it's
be a part
entertainment.
of it. Yeah, it's like it has just completely normalised it. And like I said, with Ant and Dec, they've brought it even more. So loads of people praised them on Twitter for doing it. So
yeah, and especially like drag shows, they're entertainers. They've like got costumes and makeup, and I know especially they've definitely had a lot of influence on the makeup community.
Oh, absolutely.
Of like new tips and tricks to use, and then they get influenced in like non-drag people, and then it's widespread.
Yeah, because the tips they go around, they discover new techniques.
Yeah. And
all these other makeup communities that can take from that, and it just expands it all.
The glued down eyebrows.
Yeah.
The pretty stick. I'm pretty sure that came from drag.
It did. It originated in the drag scene.
So you have to get rid of the eyebrows, throw them back on.
Get a bit of glue stick.
And now everyone's done it. I've definitely glued down my eyebrows at some point.
Yeah. So what else is there?
I think personality is a big thing.
Oh, absolutely.
I think obviously drag show, massive thing for drama. I don't think there's been an episode a minute where there hasn't been an argument
Yeah.
or some type of spiteful thing. And even though it's reality TV, I think a lot of it obviously is planned.
It's very scripted.
Obviously, like Love Island, scripted.
Scripted. It's any sort of reality TV is, and that's just the way like TV shows work. Because it's got to have some level of producerness. You know, like producers have to be involved to some level to make sure they have an entertaining show. Because if they just left them to their own devices, I feel like, you know, some drama might not ensue. People
love the drama.
We love the drama.
I love gossip.
I love gossip as well.
I love everyone slapping at each other.
And do you know what you see that on?
What?
Drag Race.
You absolutely do.
Yeah, but like as a drag queen, not that I know what it's like, I'm not, but like to be a drag queen, you do have to have this like over the top, bubbly personality.
It's all
like
over
you can't
the top.
be boring.
No.
No, you have to be entertaining, over the top, dramatic, you know? You can't show up and be like, meh, you know what I mean?
Like come and just smack a bit eyebrows.
Yeah,
no,
you need to be
full out. Full face of makeup, full costume, everything, Big personality. It's like, you're entertaining everyone.
And in order to do that, you need to put on a show, and to do that, you've got to be dramatic.
Every day of drag is a show.
Every day is a runway.
What do you think?
Thank you.
So, and especially with drag queens having such drag kings, anyone in drag.
It's expanded the community.
Yeah, I think definitely in most recent years, you know, all the BuzzFeed stuff.
Yeah.
Everyone like women becoming drag kings, stuff like that. But I think with big personalities, it's easy to relate to people with like such bigger personalities. And I know on the shows, it's not just all about like makeup, costume, just like the fights. You get an insight into people's backstories, and I think that does help people knowing that they've come from broken families where they haven't been accepted, and it's such a welcoming community. And I think it's just when you're surrounded by like people who haven't had it easy, and it's not like you're not going to be a drag queen and not get hate for it, because there's horrible people in the world who do give you hate for that.
As popular as it has gotten, it, you know, it doesn't stop the homophobia and transphobia that happens, unfortunately.
It's horrible, but
it definitely has like lessened it as it's normalised it in people.
And I think with having such a welcoming community, you can be yourself and express yourself more, knowing that now it's more widely accepted. And I do think that is because of like drag show and like RuPaul's Drag Race, because they were in Sunderland. Who would have thought that there'd be a drag show in Sunderland?
I know, it is crazy to think that some of these Drag Race queens that have been on the show come onto it, and they come to like local towns like this. And it like, going back to like the relatability thing, it's just a really great thing of, you get like you said, there's people who come from broken families and like places where they haven't been treated right, and they'll be able to see someone like themselves represented on a big screen, like on a big stage. And it allows them to think, oh, the way I'm feeling is normal, the way I'm want to act is normal. You know? It just allows for more like self-expression between like in individuals, because a lot of the time there'll be people like, there'll be little boys or like teenagers who will think, oh, I want to act like this, or I want to be like this, but I'm too ashamed because of the way society's looked at it. But through shows like Drag Race, it's really showed like it's okay to be feminine and over the top if you're a boy. Like, so it's like normalized it, and it's made it so people are more comfortable being themselves. Like around themselves and around others. Because
you literally on the show, you're making your own costumes. You're doing all these challenges. I think that help you, and I think obviously the judging. That obviously helps. You getting criticised, and obviously it's awful when like contestants get kicked off. But like even that small time that they've spent on the show,
it helped them grow.
That's given them more followers. You've seen them on TV, on Netflix, whatever, and they've gained something from that. Even if they've been booted off first episode, they've got some type of like influence now. Because and that does come from how much of a big show it's became. Because like I said, a drag queen can be on one episode of the season, and they can come out with hundreds of, like thousands of followers.
And that does just come down to how popular it's gotten.
Yeah.
And a lot of the queens say who've been on Drag Race, it's a show that changes their life.
Completely.
Like, they can go from being a nobody in their hometown, like maybe someone who's like ridiculed for what they do, to someone who's got, like I said, thousands of followers, completely respected in the drag community.
Yeah, talent showed off, everyone's seen what they're capable of. And like, I'm pretty sure for auditions, all you do is send in a videotape.
Yeah, you explain who you are, explain your theme, what you're about.
Yeah, and then obviously one episode into being filmed, that could have changed your life forever.
Yeah.
You're now a person. You're like
famous.
Yeah. Basically, you've put a name for yourself in it. I don't think it's just on Netflix. It's on like. It's
on Wow Presents Plus. I think it's been moved to. It's on like different American networks.
Probably on Amazon Prime.
Probably.
That's all of those streaming services. That, and then obviously people see from Instagram, Twitter,
TikTok,
all of the Twitter fights, all of the Twitter beef, and then suddenly, one episode, you've gotten all this fame. Everyone can see what you're capable of, and you've got this community now. Because I know people come into the show having like no support, no money, no support, like, and they come out with it with brand deals and like and
a
you
lot.
Get prizes when you win contests, right?
Yeah, if you win the show, you win $100,000, which is a life-changing amount of money.
I'm going on RuPaul.
You also get like a year's supply of makeup. So,
oh my gosh, yeah, and I think it's a specific brand each season, right?
Beverly Hills.
Yep.
It's like so much makeup.
Incredible.
And for a drag queen, they go through so many. So that's like saving them thousands a week, probably.
Yeah, and then obviously there's the $100,000.
$100,000.
That's that in prices, and then you get in makeup brands. Oh, sorry, all of them will have to have a makeup deal.
Yeah, like you come out with it with so much more.
So much brand deals.
Like, it really does surprise me how big the show's gotten.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'll just stand back and think of where it started from one episode, like one season in the US. Because it's gotten so many franchises.
Yeah.
Like when you like, it's become a global phenomenon. I know they've got seasons in Canada. They've got UK seasons. They've got a season in Holland. Like, I could sit here and list off all the countries that they've got a season in, and I'd be going on for a while because they've just really expanded their like terrain, I guess.
Yeah, and didn't James Charles do like a spin-off type of version of it?
Yeah, so like it's leached into like the internet like makeup guru community.
Yeah.
So it really is amazing how big it's gotten with, you know, they've got seasons in like Italy and Spain and Australia, like it's everywhere. And so like before, when that representation was just for like a US audience, it's expanded
worldwide
into like a worldwide audience.
Yeah.
So perhaps in like a country, there was like in Mexico, I don't like, or you know, Italy, I don't know how accepting those countries are, but by having a Drag Race season,
it
normalizes it into being
such a
accepted.
big community of just creativity and love. And I know on the show when they're like, you know, sewing their outfits together, that's when people like open up.
Yeah, they really are allowed to have deep and like honest conversations. Like they don't have any toxic masculinity because that's kind of gone by the femininity. So they're not scared of like expressing their emotions. So they're really like allowed to open up and really talk about how they feel, which I think is also helpful for the audiences because that allows them to go, oh, if they're allowed to talk about their emotions and how they're feeling, then I'm allowed to talk about it as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Which means that like the audiences become like healthier in their mental health.
Yeah, I think
they feel okay talking about the feelings.
Yeah, it does just really help people.
Yeah.
Like, not even just come out, but like in themselves in every way.
Yeah.
Creativity and, you know, when wasn't Lady Gaga got revealed.
Season 9.
Yeah, she's like a massive.
Oh, it might have been season 10 actually.
Oh, whatever. Well, she's a massive like influence on like a lot of drag queens, and I think having
she is a really big like gay icon in the community.
Definitely. And I think having like icons like that on the show that have helped so many people.
Yeah.
Like, she's gonna be judging me. She's seeing my work.
And the queens, they got to meet her as well, so like they get to meet like their idol,
Yeah.
which I feel like really helps.
I think it's definitely like those are the type of people that are judges on the show.
Yeah, like those types of judges, I do feel like are the best type because they go in and they really have something to offer.
Yeah.
Like they don't like, because you do get some judges where they go on and they don't really add much to the conversation. They just kind of sit and watch. But when you get judges like that, like Lady Gaga, it was Andrew Garfield was on the UK season. He was a really good judge actually because he really knew where the queens were coming from and he gave them good advice.
Yeah.
It's like when you get a guest judge like that, it really helps because like they add so much to the conversation from an outsider perspective as well.
And then when you do get judged, I mean, I do think RuPaul can be a bit harsh sometimes. Some people
think so as well.
do get robbed of the wins.
All Stars 2 Katya. Still salty about it.
And the lip sync to You Die. It's
for your life.
Lip sync to You Die.
You don't get killed on the show.
Sadly. Anyway, so I think with that, obviously apart from when RuPaul is not being mean, it's the judges are there to help you.
They really are. Like, I know a lot of queens have came off the show and thought that the critics were too harsh. I remember it was on, I think it was All Stars 2 actually, Adore Delano came on and she actually voluntarily left the competition because she felt the judges were being too like harsh with their critiques and she wasn't like mentally prepared to go back on the season.
Yeah.
So when it's like that, like it to the point where like it's bringing the queens down, it's like not good.
No, I think it should be all about
like lifting them up and empowering them.
I mean, obviously it's a TV show. There's going to be drama, there's going to be criticism, everything like that. But I think at the end of the day, the show should be about this welcoming community and just helping better each other. And I know some of the drag queens do become friends after. Yeah,
like they do have lifelong bonds. But I mean, with all that being said,
God, I want to go home and binge watch Drag Race now.
Binge watch Drag Race. My favourite season, season 6. I love a good season 12.
Oh, the Nicki Minaj episode. Let's go to the beach.
Let's go get away. So, we're going to go get away.
Thank you for watching.
Bye.